Hey guys, VideoJames, and as you know, we actually had the Transformers The Last Night come out yesterday, I think, was actually the day it released. I think it was Tuesday it came out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was Tuesday. I don't know why I'm thinking it's Monday or Wednesday, but for some reason I thought it came out the 16th a while ago, and I'm like, wait, the 16th was yesterday, so that should have been out. And then I look at the actual website, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm a stupid. But anyway, today we're going to be doing a photo review, which is something I haven't actually done per se. I mean, I've done reviews while looking at photos of stuff, like I've done reviews while looking at screenshots of games, but that's not really what this is. So what this is me basically reviewing something from a photo without actually having ever obtained or played it, and just using information based on what I have actually researched about what I'm reviewing. And honestly, I'm very disappointed in this one that I'm reviewing. So we have here the Transformers The Last Night Premiere Edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Now, right off the bat, I can say one thing that's wrong with this that will definitely make me hate Hasbro for life. They just did a recolor of Age of Extinction and lied about it. They literally just recolored the Age of Extinction Bumblebee figure, gave him less black, put on extremely too much yellow for Bumblebee, made it too light of a yellow, and gave him those stupid spinny wheels and the Age of Extinction body. This literally is just the Age of Extinction with a different recolor. And you can see on the box right here on the front that Bumblebee literally has his door wings in that picture, yet this figure does not actually have door wings and instead has the backpack, hood, and top of the car. Now Hasbro, you screwed up on this one. I'm going to say that right now, you screwed up on this. Hasbro needs to kind of get their act a little bit together. And I gotta say this right now, I forgot to say this. No one spoil The Last Night for me. I have not seen it yet, I'm going to see it Friday. No one spoil that movie for me. I swear if you spoil it, I will immediately make you unsubscribe somehow. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I will make you unsubscribe so that you cannot comment on this channel. Or I'll block you. One of the two. Anyway, we see right here that we've got the Bumblebee figure out of the package. We see he's got the little arm cannon on his right arm, again, Age of Extinction. We see he's got the little spinny wheels, again, Age of Extinction. And then we see the actual figure. Now, to me, this figure isn't really Bumblebee, because Bumblebee never has a backpack of a hood. He never has something completely blocking out the back of his head. Like, that hood literally blocks out his entire head. At least with Dark of the Moon, they made it to where the hood went down behind his head. It's like after Age of Extinction, they kind of stopped trying a little bit. And again, returning to the issue of too much yellow, we see that on the legs, it's completely yellow, that there's almost no black on any of this. And we know on the previous figures, like on the Age of Extinction and the Dark of the Moon, and basically every other figure, that Bumblebee has had black markings on his legs, as well as definitely his knees. His knees have definitely had a different coloration, at least behind them, where they connect to the legs, because that's basically just metal. And we see that Bumblebee's doors are actually his arms, which I kinda understand the concept. It's like, oh, kids aren't accidentally breaking off the doors by playing around with the back of Bumblebee. But still, it really didn't feel like Bumblebee to me. And that's why I hated the Age of Extinction figure so much, is that it kind of got rid of Bumblebee's entire purpose. That even in the beginning of Age of Extinction, he had his door wings, but then halfway through, they just decided, oh no, we're going to completely reshape him, get rid of his door wings, and give him these little spiky wheel wings that are barely even visible, and don't even really serve a function. So it's like, okay, no, that's not Bumblebee then. You're making a remake of Bumblebee. You're not making Bumblebee. And like I said, this yellow doesn't really seem like Bumblebee to me. That this yellow isn't really the kind of color you'd expect on Bumblebee, that is too bright. That the only other Bumblebee that's had this shade of brightness was the yellow 1974 Camaro version back from Transformers 1. And that version, the paint was custom faded, so it was supposed to look like, oh, the paint's not as dark, the paint's a lot lighter. So it's like, okay, it isn't going to be as dark as the normal yellow. And we can see right now, I have a Bumblebee figure right next to me. We can see that the yellow is not as yellow as you would expect it, that it's like a bit more dark and a little bit more orange, but then that's always been Bumblebee, that his yellow isn't completely yellow, that it's a little bit darker. And Hasbro's pretty much always done that with the Bumblebee, that the color hasn't really been exactly spot on yellow, but it's been extremely close a lot of the time. And that's another reason why this figure kind of sticks out to me and kind of doesn't really impress me. Now, I do like that they gave Bumblebee a little cannon in his arm, that he actually has a feature where he doesn't have like a giant gun to attach to his arm, or he doesn't have like a long missile that's about the length of your finger that you have to attach to a gun, which then has to attach to his arm, and that he just automatically has the gun in his arm. But I wish they would have given it a bit more detail and made it at least look like the Age of Extinction gun, because if you're going to make a ripoff, you might as well at least make it look like the ripoff. And again, I do like the actual Age of Extinction vehicle mode, that the vehicle mode actually does look cool, but, I mean, once again, you can see here that they kind of just shoved all of the black paint onto Bumblebee's hood, and they got rid of his signature black stripe going down his middle of his car. And I do wish they'd kind of done a bit more blue with the lenses rather than I want to say clear, but that doesn't really look clear. It might be clear, I just can't tell from the inside of the car. But I kind of wish they'd done more blue than clear to kind of make it look like an actual feasible Bumblebee figure, that the windows actually look like windows you would see in a car, but then car windows aren't painted blue, so it's kind of mute point. And then we see that he's got the weapons stowed away, that they aren't really sticking out, which is good, because I didn't like those spinning wheels in Age of Extinction, and I really don't like them now. But the car mode actually does look good with that shade of yellow. Again, a bit too bright. It kind of would have done better if it were a little darker, because that kind of makes Bumblebee's paint look like it's, again, faded like it was back in Transformers 1, and that's not what it is anymore. That Bumblebee's paint isn't faded, and rather it's a darker shade of yellow. That even in the movies, you could see a difference between the 1974 version of Bumblebee's paint and the 2007 version of his paint, where the 2007 seemed like a slight bit more orange than yellow, but it still seemed yellow rather than orange or completely light yellow. But if I had reviewing this figure, I would give it a 0 star. Hasbro literally didn't even try. They just literally took an old model, downgraded it, disregarded a lot of its paint, and just said, okay, here's a new figure, enjoy. I mean, they honestly gave no effort into this, and that honestly just irks me a lot. That with them not giving him enough black paint, them giving him too light of a yellow, and then just giving him his Age of Extinction body to begin with, that's just one thing that's going to make me not want this at all. That this is literally just a repeat of Age of Extinction, which looked actually better than this, considering Age of Extinction did actually keep the black stripe, and it had a lot more black on Bumblebee's knees and basically everywhere than this one did. That this one kind of just overrides everything with yellow and shoves all of the black coloration into his wheels and his hood. But anyway, that's going to be it for this review on Bumblebee. I'll leave a link down in the description if you guys actually do want to go check out this figure. I'll leave a link to the actual toy website instead of an actual place where you can buy this, because I don't really recommend buying this at all. This is just honestly a waste of money. But anyway, I'm leaving this video here. If you guys liked it, you can slap the like button as always, and I will see you guys later.